Welcome to Tracking the Week. On Monday, the House of Representatives Committee on National Security and Intelligence urged President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to increase budgetary allocations of intelligence agencies and direct the Minister of Finance to ensure the full release of all outstanding 2024 budget funds. During the budget defense session, committee chairman Honorable Ahmed Satomi stressed that timely and adequate funding is vital for national security. Honorable Satomi also raised concerns about the underfunding of the intelligence subsector, which received 595 billion naira, including 274.5 billion naira for capital expenditure, 107.96 billion naira for overheads, and 212.51 billion naira for personal expenses. He also noted that agencies like the National Center for Counter-Terrorism, the National Institute for Security Studies, and the National Center for the Control of Small Arms and Light Weapons have not received any capital releases for 2023 and 2024. The Permanent Secretary in the Office of the National Security Advisor, Mohammed Danjuma, acknowledged the constraints of the envelope system of budgeting, but emphasized the proposed budget focus on fostering collaboration, upgrading infrastructure, and enhancing personnel skills to address emerging security challenges. Still on Monday, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) arraigned the former managing director of Asset Management Corporation of Nigeria (AMCON), Ahmed Kuru, 4 orders for allegedly defrauding Arik Airline 76 billion naira and $31.5 million, respectively. Other defendants are former receiver manager of Arik Airline Limited, Kamilu Omokide, Chief Executive Officer of the airline, Captain Roy Ilegbudu, and Super Bravo Limited. The defendants were arraigned on a 6-count charge bordering on theft, abuse of office, and stealing by dishonestly taking the property of another. The defendant, however, pleaded not guilty following the arraignment. The defense counsel to the first and third defendants, Professor Taiwo Osipiton, informed the court of a motion for bail application dated November 28, 2024 and November 29, 2024 for the two defendants. Osipiton argued that the defendants be granted bail on liberal terms, which the prosecuting counsel, Wahab Shitu San, prayed for the rejection. On Tuesday, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu held a crucial meeting with leaders of Ogoni people at the presidential villa Abuja. Governor of Rivers State, Siminalayi Fubara, traditional rulers, clergy, and political leaders attended the meeting. Also present at the meeting are the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, Senator Magnus Abe, Senator Lee Meba, and others. Those attended on the side of government and National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Gbajabiamila, Minister of Information and National Orientation, Idris Mohammed, Minister of Regional Development, Abubakar Momo, Minister of Environment, Balarabe Abbas, Group Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, Mele Kyari, the Director General of the Department of State Service, Tosin Ajayi. Correspondent in Abuja, Abuja report that the major agenda of the meeting was the planned resumption of all exploration activities in Ogoni land and the state of the cleanup exercise in a devastated Ogoni environment. Still on Tuesday, Minister of Communication, Innovation and Digital Economy, Tijani Bosun, attributed the recent 50% increase in telecommunications tariffs to global inflation and rising operational cost. Just yesterday, the stakeholders meeting in the communication sector approved a 50% tariff increment on calls and data. Correspondent Kuluji reports that the minister, while appearing before the Joint Committee on Communication, added that the decision aligns with broader economic patterns, where tariffs can lead to higher consumer prices due to the added cost on imported goods. Speaking to journalists moments after defending his ministry budget of 12 billion naira for 2025, Bosun stated that 50% adjustment aligns with broader economic trends. According to the minister, historically, tariffs act as a sales tax, causing a one-off price increase rather than sustain inflation. He further explained that the federal government of Nigeria is planning to invest 6 billion naira to deploy 90,000 kilometers of fiber optic cable, expanding the country's capacity from 35,000 kilometers to 125,000 kilometers. On Wednesday, Vice President Kashim Shettima joined other world leaders to push for the full implementation of the African Continental Free Trade Area with a target to boost Africa's economy to $29 trillion by 2050. He restated Nigeria's readiness to spearhead the AFCFTA and take advantage of the market potential of the sector for digital transformation and economic integration of the African continent, just as the president of the World Economic Forum, Borge Brende, pointed out the transformative potential of the AFCFTA, projecting that its full implementation could boost Africa's economy to $29 trillion by 2050. Senator Shettima and the global leaders declared their nation's position on Wednesday during the Forum of Friends of AFCFTA on the sidelines of the ongoing 2025 annual meeting of the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. The Vice President, while addressing the forum, tagged Forum Friends of AFCFTA, turning digital trade into a catalyst for growth in Africa, reaffirmed Nigeria's commitment to AFCFTA as a vehicle for shared prosperity. According to Vice President Shettima, Africa stands in a unique position to take advantage of global talent deficits, citing a Korn Ferry study that projects a global human talent shortage of more than 85 million people by 2030. Citing Africa's growing digital landscape, the Vice President said Nigeria's technological strength is propelling it into the knowledge age. Still on Wednesday, Beatrice Ekweremadu, wife of former Deputy Senate President Ike Ekweremadu, has been released from a United Kingdom prison and has subsequently returned to Nigeria. A reliable source confirmed her return on Tuesday, marking the end of a 6-year prison sentence for involvement in a porcelain organ harvesting case. Recall that Beatrice, her husband Ekweremadu, and medical doctor Obinna Obeta were convicted in the United Kingdom last year for conspiring to exploit a young Nigerian boy for organ harvesting. The boy, who had been hawking in Lagos, was allegedly lured to the UK under false pretenses to donate an organ for the couple's ailing daughter, Sophia. Following the trial, Ike Ekweremadu was sentenced to 10 years in prison, while Beatrice received a 6-year sentence despite citing health concerns during proceedings. Her return has reportedly sparked celebrations across Enugu State, where supporters and well-wishers were hopeful for the eventual release of her husband. Many had expressed solidarity with the Ekweremadu family, offering prayers for his return in the shortest possible time. The case remains one of the most high-profile legal battles involving a Nigerian politician in recent history. On Thursday, members of the Joint Senate and House Representatives Committee on Regional Development have queried the Minister of Regional Development, Abubakar Momo, for alleged lopsidedness in the ministry's budget. The minister was queried when he appeared before the committee alongside the Minister of State, Uba Megari, to defend the 2024 budget performance and the 2025 proposal. Noted that the ministry's budget favored Edo State over other states that were supposed to have benefited from its project. The ministry was also queried for non-adherence to federal character principle in situating projects of the defunct ministry, formerly Ministry of Niger Delta. Earlier, while presenting the 2024 budget performance, the minister had told the members that out of the 20 billion naira allocated to the ministry in 2024 for capital budget, 2 billion naira was provided for zonal intervention in the ministry's budget by the House leader, Professor Julius Ihunvere, who is from Edo State. The minister told the committee that the ministry's total budget proposal for 2025 was 28.9 billion naira, comprising 24 billion naira for capital project, 2.7 billion naira for personal cost, and 1.6 billion naira for recurrent. Still on Thursday, the Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, inaugurated the committee with the task of eliminating examination leakages in the country's educational sector. Alausa, at the inauguration in Abuja on Thursday, charged the committee members to also identify the problem of examination identity theft and propose solutions on how it can be tackled. According to him, the Committee on the Improvement of Examinations Equality is an initiative aimed to address key challenges and promote standardized examination practices to ensure fairness and quality in the education sector. Correspondent Kulujo reports that Alausa maintained that eliminating examination leakages is just one of the problems facing the education sector in Nigeria. He mentioned that tackling examination leakages required an holistic approach, as students were not the only culprit in examination malpractices. The minister said their parents also contributed to exam malpractices by encouraging the award's achievement. The chairman of the committee, Professor Ishaq Oloide, Registrar, Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board JAM, thanked the federal government and the trust it reposed in them for the national assignment. On Friday, President Bola Tinubu in Abuja welcomed the intervention of the Finnish government with the arrest and detention of Simon Ekpa, saying the government will not tolerate actions and statements that could lead to divisiveness among citizens. President Tinubu spoke when he received the letters of credence from the Finnish ambassador to Nigeria, Ms. Sana Celine, at the State House. He commended the Finnish authorities for the timely intervention that safeguarded the nation's integrity and mitigated an action that threatened peaceful coexistence. President Tinubu also received letters of credence from the ambassador of the European Union, Gautam Mignot, and the ambassador of the People's Republic of Algeria, Hossein Mezioud. The president noted that the ambassador's priorities, including ICT, agriculture, and education, will directly impact the country's development. The ambassador of Finland extolled the president for his courage in initiating reforms that will benefit the economy and ensure prosperity in the future. In a meeting with the ambassador of the European Union, President Tinubu noted that the EU remains one of the highest trading partners of Nigeria, urging the envoy to work towards elevating the volume of transactions and strengthening the ties. He said Nigeria needs support in digitalizing and automating operations and processes for rendering services. The president said the Nigerian economy could support investment with its vibrant, youthful population. Still on Friday, the House of Representatives postponed its plenary resumption from January 28 to February 4, 2025. This was announced in a statement issued by the House spokesman Honorable Akintunde Rotimi, who noted that the postponement was communicated to members through an internal memorandum from the Clerk of the House, Dr. Yahaya Danzaria, on the directive of the House leadership. According to the statement, the decision was made to give committees additional time to finalize ongoing budget engagement and defenses with ministries, departments, and agencies. This step aims to ensure a thorough and comprehensive legislative process. The House reaffirmed commitment to delivering on its legislative duties for the benefit of Nigerians and expressed gratitude to stakeholders for their understanding. And that's all we have on Tracking the Week.